XR2s, HVKs, and it's going to be down to how much practice you had with it. We've seen the Spanish use the Shiva, and we've seen a lot of M8 on the fabE side. So I'm kind of thinking this is good news for Giants.
You really think HVK is going to come out when it's such a long-range map, and HVK is kind of like a
I think ECR
hybrid?
is coming. Because he got buffed during the last 2 patch. He got buffed, his accuracy and also the recoil control was
As if
buffed.
it needed a reduction in recoil. That thing is like a laser.
It doesn't move.
Yeah. I think it's perfect now if you don't have weapons like M8.
Oh, rapid fire is in.
Whoa.
Oh my god, good catch. And Flashbangs has slipped through the net as well. So, Pharaohs, we are going to be seeing a huge shift in the creator class.
And no Tempest for Toro either, so very, very targeted. So now, it's going to be XR2 rapid fire. This is such a powerful combo that we don't see that often, and on this map it's going to be very important.
We have to remind that the XR2 and the Pharaoh, they are burst weapon. With the rapid fire, you just cut off the time between the bursts.
And that's why they're so hotly chosen, and I mean that's why we see rapid fire removed so much, right, Gio?
Yeah, also for that, because if you think like the mate, if you think about the mate, with rapid fire shoot faster than a Vesper.
And that's mind-boggling when it's an assault rifle of that caliber as well.
Now you got to be careful. Using grip will be very important as well on the XR2 with rapid fire.
So keep your eyes out for that one. And I mean, you know what I want to address as well is why on earth with they left rapid fire in and they chose to take away a specialist that really we wouldn't describe as particularly influential.
Yeah, I mean Overclock, that was probably where they thought, oh yeah, we'll do high caliber, you do rapid fire. I actually think, you know, they knew it was there. I don't think that's a mistake. And the likes of kivE maybe sat there with a little smirk on his face like, I'm great with an SMG, now you've just given me rapid fire. You're just gonna you're gonna regret doing that.
So I mean, will we see a decision being made between the Pharaoh and still the VMP?
No, it could be Kuda rapid fire. It's very powerful as well.
I think there's so many combinations. Kuda rapid fire, Pharaoh rapid fire, VMP. I mean, it's so. I personally I can't control it without rapid fire. So
what are you creating in this situation?
I think that VMP with rapid fire is the best one because it has like 900 bullets per minute. So with the 7% add of the rapid fire, it will increase a lot instead of the Kuda. And also the Pharaoh will be a great choice with rapid fire because, as we said before, it cut half the time between bursts.
And it's mid-range gunfights. Pharaoh is great weapon for that now. You
just need 4 bullets to kill someone.
And now it's time for quick predictions. We're going to start with you, Jonas. Nice and quick. Who you thinking map 1 is going to be going
It's going to go to fabE, probably by 100 points difference.
A lot of doubt in the hard point skills of the Spanish. How about you, Phil? Same boat?
I've gone fabE 250, Giants 170, kivE my star player.
Wow, that was specific. Props to you. How about you, Gio?
I would say 250 to 220.
Oh, okay, giving Giants a little bit more, cutting them some slack perhaps, but there is a lot of doubt on the desk for the Spaniards. In just the first map, it's going to be a hard point Fringe, and I can once again introduce your casters for this one. Maven, I hope you've had a little nap because it's time to start all over again. The best of 7 begins here on Fringe Hardpoint. Alongside him, we do have Bryce.
No breaks, baby. I'm ready to go. I'm fueled with caffeine, energy drinks. I had a hamburger.
Yep.
Brycey, it's been far too long, buddy. How you doing?
It has been far too long. I am looking forward to this, Maven.
Yes, I am.
I've already had to
Me too.
resuscitate you 3 times between the break. Unfortunately, you're alive now, and we are going to get into this game. This is actually my game pick of the day. I think fabE vs Giants is going to be a very good game. Giants, at times, are crazy unpredictable in the way they're going to play. So we could be seeing something a little bit out of the ordinary. However, sometimes they're brilliant, sometimes they're not.
Well, the thing that kind of stood out for me when they were talking during the pre-match was basically the fact that Giants is pretty rough at hardpoint. They took, what, 1 or 2 during all of stage 1. Gonna be a battle here, but let's kick things off with kivE pushing Z, trying to get the hardpoint quickly. He'll be the first person to secure, and now the pressure is on. But this is going to be one hell of a best of 7 here, Bryce.
It certainly is, and I am going to be keeping an eye on the main man, kivE. He is one of the kind of star players for this squad. A lot of the big pro players really rate him as well as the best player on this entire team. Still in the middle though, trying to get on the kill. Does end up going down. It will be traded away though. Kills not coming in game, but just cleaning house with the HVK. Not able to do enough though. kivE comes back off the respawn and rips him in half.
All right, well, now it's Methods coming in, trying to get the break. Want to watch Tohor for a second here because he's off to a 2 streak. We'll see if he can pick up this player, trying to push him at small room across tracks. Going to be rotating soon here. We've got 20 seconds left on the hard point. Then we start to get into the important second and third hard point. That's where you're going to start to rack up a lot of time for sure. This first one, basically a contest fest. Not surprised, not seeing any points coming in here.
No, it's always the same way. It's kind of like a bedding in here, especially on the first hard point you go into. A lot of these players just getting their shots in and getting ready for this rotation, but it will be the guys from fabE who look like they have a little bit of the advantage now. I like to see them pushing to the side, push through tin, and try to push this one out just a little bit. Kills going down already. Legend's got one down. This could be trouble for them here as well, but no, fabE just opening up. But Galen comes in for the trade as well. Kanal getting one down. Both teams getting in. Kanal with a great two-piece to hold that one. Now on a three-streak at the same time, and it will be fabE with the advantage as kivE comes in for a two-piece.
kivE, Kanal going massive here to get the break and the holds. 30-point advantage. We're in another room, and I can hear the fans getting into this one. It is absolutely going to be an epic matchup. Let's switch things up to Torres. He's going to watch the push there from Ali, and he will get shredded as Tohor and Methods get the break they need. But there's only 20 seconds. Look at the spawn on the back. Gamer's going to be the first one here to get set up early for this Grandma's hard point. You know, number 3. It's the big one. It's the one where you can rack up that full 50 to 60 points, and they've got a setup nicely here to deal with the pressure coming from the second hard point.
Well, you know what's interesting there is they just pushed through 10. Somehow, the guys from Giants refused to lock it down. They didn't lock it down properly. And they just flooded through, and now you can actually see they're having trouble getting into the hard point. They've just lost complete control.
What was that? They had 2 players over watching trackside when they knew all 4 players were inside of 10, and they're going to lose it so quickly. So fabE erupting here as they're starting to open up to a big lead through our first side of rotation.
Giving them a whooping, Maven. This is a whooping so far. Gamer now looking in, pushing with the HK of the RK5. Kinetic Armor coming in with kivE. kivE says thank you very much. He is going to go down though, not good enough to deflect that one. Kanal though still alive. He goes down as well. Finally, Giants able to clean house. 30 seconds left to go onto this hard point, and they might be able to get a little bit of time on the board.
Yeah, they're able to answer back here, try and pick up some time, but the heat wave coming in. That's Torres getting the break. A couple kills coming in, but now we've got to worry about the setup for the next hard point. Method spawned out. I'm surprised to see him pushing mid to give this one more chance because there's only, 10 seconds or so remaining here. Try to get set up for tracks. It's one of those hard points where if you can push it out, if you can slay heavily outside of the hard point, you can really pick up some time. Otherwise, ends up being really heavily contested. kivE tried to hold it by himself, but 3 players from Giants swarming, and they're set up here now to add. We'll try to come back a little bit in this one.
Yeah, I mean, this is where you see like the accurate AR players really shine as well. Get those cuts down, get those long sight lines. But it does come down to trade. Sometimes very, very scrappy here. You see it contested, like, where is this player? He could be hiding. He could be jumping mid. He could be, 20 feet up in the air hitting the wall run. But right now, Giants doing a great job. You've got to push out both sides of this and watch mid door. Mid door has been flooded through now. They are coming. Method trying to get that one. He gets it as well. They get the kill. Tohor picking up 2 at the same time, holding this hill out.
It's funny because this is one of the more contest heavy, and this is probably the most solid hold we've seen throughout this first set of rotations, right? They've locked down this first 40, pushing the spawns out for fabE, but now fabE coming in on the break, trying to get a little bit of time, but Legends going massive. And look at the streaks right now. 2 streaks for 3 of the players, 3 streak for Methods. Everybody going huge for the side of Giants, and now they have taken the lead after the early onslaught from fabE.
Was that a perfect hold? Did we just see a completely flawless hold here on that one?
Yes, it was, and you don't see that often on tracks, but if you can push out the spawns, you can really control it very, very well. Textbook stuff from Giants here is now they've got the lead. They're set up here to hold the first hard point on our second side through. You see Gamer inside, racking up time. He's got Camo to go with, and he wants to pop it. He's getting tagged up, trying to find a player.
I'm not sure that was an efficient use of that, if I'm perfectly honest with you. Mid-hill, didn't really need to use it, didn't get any kills from it either. Could have waited for the next rotation. Could have been much more effective using his specialists there, but right now both teams going to be scrapping it out once again in the middle here, and it looks like as we go into the second set of rotations, Maven, we're actually going to be seeing a pretty much tied game.
Oh God, and that one, Barca's on a 6 streak, and look how close he is to getting streaks. He couldn't get that kill, couldn't get the wall bang, but he has his sight to go.
Yeah.
I was thinking of maybe he tries to pull that out here. He doesn't have a lot of bullets left in his gun. You cannot die in that position. You're in a power position. Back down if you need to. The streaks could be so important, but this one incredibly back and forth here early, Bryce.
Well, here we go. We are going to do it again, and once more, we're actually going to see fabE have the disadvantageous side to come through 10. However, active camo pop this time. Gamer picks up 2. Torres trying to stay alive, gets taken down as well. Barca, is now pulled out the side, and he is getting 2 as well. In comes Kanal trying to pinch this one off. Both teams are now flooding this hard point, trading everywhere going down, but Kanal finally gets the advantage. fabE finally push in, and they will have this here. But again, like I said, pushing from 10 side, not always the easiest thing to do.
Well, you basically have one door. I know there's a window there, but you're pushing pushing from one side where you have 2 to 3 options when you're coming through Auto Legends, trying to go big there. He's 28 and 19 right now, but this game, tight as ever. We're about to have yet another lead change here as well. Who's standing out for you on either side right now as we are just, this one's coming out of the wire.
It doesn't really show it on the scoreboard, but Kivi's made some really important kills for his squad. He's still a little bit negative, but his interactions are the highest on his team, and that kind of shows what he's doing here. He's constantly increasing the tempo of this match. Also, Torres not having a great time. He's 9 and 16. He doesn't have the most hill time either, so you know he's not really performing as much as he would this match. This is something we've actually seen when he's been trying to qualify for Season 2.
Well, you were talking about Kiwi there. He was in a pretty good spot, but he does end up getting dropped here, Bryce. And last time it was what? It was Giants rotating early, getting set up for Grandma's. This time it was fabE's turn to try and hold, and they got the one kill they need. There's still a second they have to pick up. Excellent job there, but they don't have the back spawns. They don't have complete control here. A couple of deaths, and they may be spawning out. And there it is. Look how far he spawned out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
They're just
staying with Kiwi. He's
ruined away. So let's see whether or not they can actually break back into this one here again. They had the advantage last time around through this grenade, and then it went to tracks and it all went horribly wrong for them. They'll be looking not to make that mistake again. So you've got to be wondering if they're going to be a little bit worried about getting an early rotation of train this time, considering how badly it went from Kiwi. Again, like I said, just critical kills from him. Heatwave, though, is going to go down. Methods will rip him out of that hard points. And now 10 seconds left. Giants are in the lead, and fabE are going to be worried because it's time for train again.
Yep, this is where they set up so nicely before. You saw Tohor was the first man over. He'll deal with some pressure coming from back barn in a second. He does react. The Spidey sends Tingle, but he doesn't find the player, and he will get picked off from behind. fabE trying to get the break. All 4 players in the hard point. They've got it for now, but Legends going big with that 2-piece. Can he hold on? That is 3 for Legends before he drops. They've still got a 20-point advantage here, Bryce, and I don't know if it'll be decided here, but they certainly can make an impact if they have another big track hill.
Okay, they go now. This will probably be a bit more of a contest for us. In comes the active camo, trying to clean this one out. Looking for a player, sees one, has to make it down, looking for the active camo popped again.
Where is he?
Where is he? Just spray, just hope for the best, trying to get this one away, but no. Still, Giants holding 173 to 139, and both teams know how desperate it's getting now. You can see how quick these players are moving. They're going toe-to-toe like 2 heavyweight sluggers.
Wow, it just kills trading back so quickly here. The action intense, especially at this hard point. But now it's Kiwi. You mentioned his big kills. He's on a 4 streak. They come towards the tail end of this hard point. But maybe can he get streaks going? He's very close, and it'll be helpful in clearing out this middle hard point. He needs 50 more points to get this going. Let's rotate now to our third set of rotations. And there it is. 275 off the right. He gets caught reloading, but still somehow alive. The hipfire coming in. The swap to the VMP. Players pressuring him inside bar.
He's desperate for it.
He wants it badly, and he may get 175 off Sedman's streak. 35 kills. Kiwi, the sensation, going nuts.
Kiwi just wants these kills. He doesn't want anything else right now. He knows how important it is. One more Kiwi. This could have changed this game around right here. And that is going to be so dangerous to deal with.
He just dropped it, I believe. He has. In the Wraith, he has the Hellstorm and Lightning to go. They're still trailing by 20 points, but you gotta think these streaks are going to come massive here, as he is just dropping a brutal game.
It certainly is, and there we go. It starts to rip now. One of the most terrifying sounds in Call of Duty. That Wraith is alive, and it is hovering above the map. They're going to be able to pick up some points here. Wouldn't surprise me if this push doesn't work into this area, that he starts to drop kill streaks as well.
You see Kiwi's Wraith coming into effect, picks up 1 kill. His buddy Gun Elite grabbing another, as they're going to be worried about the push from 10. The player backside barn is going to be cleaned up, and now they have 1 area to focus in. As you see the spawn coming into Grandma's, and we're getting close to yet another lead change here. fabE now in control. Kiwi still has streaks, and he's still ripping.
Okay, have now taken the lead. fabE are looking in the dominating position here. 36 seconds left to go onto this hard points, and the rotation we're going to see as well coming up after the end of this one. So it's not quite over, Maven. Anything could happen, but I would say the advantage is firmly in the hands of fabE.
It certainly is, but who's going to win this rotation battle for the backside of Granny's? It's going to be Barca going up against several players. He has to go huge here. I think he may have spotted both. One player playing at that back rail, just playing patient, needs some help.
He's called for streaks.
He's got 10 seconds there, but he's going to be cut down. Let's go back to Kiwi. As he tried to connect there, I think he actually hit that silo instead of picking up the player in the back on the anchor position.
They're going to push 10 again.
Hey,
they're going to push 10. This is going to go great or awfully.
And there we go. Does he kill Torres here? Does he kill Torres here?
Oh,
Torres, he does. He does. He tries to get in the backside, but the team kill comes in. fabE, though, still ahead by 30 here, but they have zero control.
trying to get through here as well. Like I said, it's either going to go great or go badly when they pushed in. At the last scenario, Gumley needs to make this kill. Big kill for him. Torres picks up one as well. Now going to try and flood the hill. Legend make one, but Towar's coming in. He's got the side ripping out. And Torres managed to make the kill on the hill with the RK5. They have broken it. 30 seconds left to go. They need a flood. They do not have back spawn either. So we are going to see both teams just push this hill for everything that it's worth. 10 seconds left. Torres goes down. Giants have managed to break it once again.
All right, well, we're at least going to be probably rotating over to tracks here unless Legends gets taken out. He will lose that one. One more player flow in. That's going to be Methods. And it looks like they will survive to at least see tracks, and that's been their best hard point in this one. I know it was a little more contested last time through, but they've been going huge. By the way, kivE has 46 kills on a 3 streak. Will end up dropping Bafarsa first man.
No, he's gone
can't
down.
Hold it as well. Tohor coming up big.
Oh, Tahor ends up killing his own teammates here, but this is where he needs to stay alive. Look at him come through, trying to get it. No, has to the reload. RK5 coming out, down he goes as well. Both teams just picking off kills every single place, and this is coming down to the wire. 244 to 233. Methods cleans out one way. They're desperately pushing forward. He has a heat wave as well. He's going to try and pop that in the middle. Surely comes through. He's going to go down as well. These teams are almost tied up. There's barely 8 points in between the pair of them, and now this could come down to a Giants. Have they made the comeback? 2 seconds. 1 second. Oh my God!
Oh my God, Legends drops 48, kivE drops 47. What a game one in this best of 7 between fabE and Giants. Holy hell, are we in for a treat.
Unbelievable play there. fabE had the advantage. They should have won it.
They lost the game on tracks, man. Remember that first track was full 16 you got for them? I think they split it 30 to 40 on the second one, and then they locked it down there for the win. They were much more practiced at that particular hard point. And what's crazy to think about, that was the one they needed to win, right? That's the one that they said, Giants, not a very good hard point team. They showed up there, and they showed up in a big way.
The streaks actually from kivE ended up coming up to very little. The Wraith did a little bit of work.
One kill?
The Hellstorm hit the silo. The Lightning. So I said that they pushed out of 10 while doing it, and then they end up killing Torres.
Well, I switched to Torres because I saw where he was. He was right outside of Grandma's. I'm like, if they're streaking the back hard point, they're going to kill the one player that can probably hop in and apply pressure. The only one it connects with is Torres.
And then they lost the rest of the kills at 10.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, it didn't go well, but what a game of back and forth. What an ending. But let's find and take it over now to our wonderful guys on the analysis desk. Guys, take it away.
Thank you so much. We are struggling to put our brains back together after what has been a spectacular start to our third hit game here for the relegation matches for the CWL Pro Division. Gentlemen, okay, let's just try and understand what just happened, because that felt like a done and dusted game for fabE. At one point it was like 140 to what, like 200 plus?
Yeah, I mean, it was back and two, but then we saw fabE actually establish quite a good lead. They had streaks. kivE was going absolutely crazy. And then it all went wrong once he got it. And Maven said it there as well as Bryce. He used the Wraith, he got 1-2 kill. The Hellstorm kind of failed. The Lightning Strike failed. They lost hill control. Yeah. But I've got to say, Giants, on that train, they do not give it up. They get it, they push it out, and they get, I think they got like a combined maybe 100 out of 120 points on that.
They believed it. They want to hold that spot so badly.
I mean, like, it came down to that scrap as well. They managed to get the last 10 points off Grannies. If they hadn't, that game was over. Yeah. And they would never have even seen Rails. And so that's just a spectacular game to behold. A big part of that, I think, you know, we have to go ahead and give Legend a shout out. Everyone was kind of distracted by kivE just because there was of the Wraith. But actually, you look at the scoreboard, Legend was right up there with him. And he was a huge instrumental role. You know, the big point we were making beforehand about these teams was, you know, keep your eyes on Tohor +1. Legend was that +1, and he delivered in a spectacular level. But the ban and protect is already underway. Jonas, over to you.
And that's the answer to Legend doing so well with the XR2 now. fabE are like, okay, XR2 is too dangerous, not gonna make it. Let's go back to M8 meta, and let's protect it straight away. Then the Shiva is gonna go away to shut down Tohor, and the rest is pretty similar to what we see across the board. Flashbangs out, concussions out, overdrives. Hold on. Both high caliber and rapid fires in.
Gio, you've just said something
that was
your eyebrows.
shocking. I was shocked really, because high caliber and rapid fire are the most banned attachments, and seeing them is like, oh my god, what's going on? We have to say that high caliber, for me, it's one of the most powerful, because it adds like a randomly effect, because if you get shoot and your weapons flinch to the air, you can get an easy headshot and kill someone, especially with a mate or the Shiva.
Oh, the Mana War. The Mana War
Even
has a lot of recoil, so like I'm pretty sure you can get 2 shots in the head with the Mana War and kill.
Just, yeah, to
maybe one in the body, then the second Z is going to die, so it's going to be very influential.
Yeah, high caliber adds 60% damage more, so
to the headshot.
Like the Man of War that does 40 per bullet, it does the 60% more. It's a lot. It's like you are weak, but weak as hell.
One thing I want to say, MA's protected and high caliber's there.
Yeah.
I don't even think we're going to see kind of that much Man of War. You have a burst weapon where if one of the 4 bullets hits them in the head, it's kind of you get a 1 bomb.
Yeah.
It's
true.
It's kind of crazy to see. I mean, we've casted 9 weeks of it and we don't see this at all. Shiva is taken out, which, you know, I think is the right thing anyway. But I think they're so focused on, you know, precise bans that they've missed the basic ones really, and you know whether that's something they'll live to regret, we'll wait and see. But overkill as well being taken out, will we still see snipers with high caliber involved? Probably not. It's like a sniper itself.
I mean, the whole criticism surrounding high caliber is because it adds a degree of randomness, right, to the game. People feel like sometimes it doesn't necessarily take skill for one of your 4 bursts to hit the head, and all of that additional damage comes through. However, this game, going into Search and Destroy as well, where every kill is so crucial, every kill is very influential, that makes this whole, the fact that high caliber is available so damn kind of crazy, and this is where we're going to see a very, very different looking Infection SD.
Honestly, do not sit behind a head glitch, because only your head is going to be available. You've got rapid fire and high caliber. Now, usually a head glitch in an S&D is the position you want to be sitting in. Now it's going to be the most dangerous position. You want people to be shooting at your bodies, not your head.
This is going to turn everything you thought you knew about Call of Duty Black Ops is about to turn
just flew away by the window.
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be having a very different one, but I do want to also state that we did see an absence of rapid fire despite it being available over on Fringe, so perhaps it could be a similar story for this one as well. Bear that in mind though, but very, very quickly, predictions. I just want team names. We're going to be very quick. Gio?
I will say 6-4 for fabE.
That is not just a team name, but Phil?
Giants.
Giants 6-4.
That's what I was going to go with.
He snuck a cheeky score in as well alongside Gio. But it's time for your casters. Let's get right back into it. It's Infection SD with a rather peculiar ban and protect.
Alex, thank you. Bryce, all right, game 1 was insane. Game
Yes,
2, I want the same. I'm ready to do 14 straight maps. Our last series went to 7 games. That was...
I'm okay to sacrifice your life for good Call of Duty. If you die in this series, it's worth it.
Man, I'm surviving right now on no sleep for 2 days, a 17-hour flight, a half of a hamburger, and many energy drinks.
Yeah, that's pretty much your life.
That's true.
All right,
just minus a couple frozen burritos. But all right, let's do this. Loading into map 2. Who are you picking for this one, Bryce?
Honestly, I kind of going to go towards fabE a little bit, but you know what? The Spanish have already surprised me. Like I said, it's very hard to predict with the Spanish team. And I actually said that before we went live. When anything can happen, they can go from amazing to, oh my goodness, why did you do that?
Yeah.
Very, very quickly. But right now, one of the biggest things and one of the hardest things to predict in this is simply because rapid fire and high caliber have made it in.
Yeah.
The only banning out being a Shiva, otherwise you'd see Shivas all over the map. But anything could happen now. We're already jumping on board. It looks like a massive mid push. This is very unconventional straight off the rip.
It absolutely is, especially, I don't think we're going to see many snipers, not with high caliber and rapid fire. I know you and I were talking about that before. They're trying to get them towards A. I think that's high caliber coming into effect, is he's going to pick up the kill. Tohor with the nice shots, getting the plant.
Oh, look, pin them in.
And Gunelite going to be the last 2 alive to deal with this for fabE.
Trying to get it. Kiwi will get it. Another headshot.
We're going to see a lot of those, I think.
We are going to see a lot of headshots coming into this one. But right now, massive advantage to the guys on Giants. Not only do they have the numerical advantage, they have bomb down, they have information on where those players are, but Gunelite now trying to push out, trying to get it down here, but Method's already picked off one. 1v3 for Gunelite. Can he make it with 20 seconds left to go? Sees one, tries to do something, can't dip out, will be traded away. Methods takes that one. 1-0 Giants.
It's tough because when you're in a 2v3 like that and you have to make a play, have to get out quickly. But the problem was they had no, I guess, map coverage at all. They were stuck inside a B. You saw Kiwi trying to poke out through B. He was so worried there was a player set up at statue, player in the corner. They had no clue. So that's why you saw him being
right as well. They were.
Yeah. He's being so tentative there. You had no time to even clutch that really in that position. But now let's go over to the offense here for fabE. First round going to Giants. If you are just tuning in, Giants, the Spanish sensation, came back and they were able to take that first game in gut-wrenching fashion. But now we see an outside push here towards B for fabE. First man in, Gunelite. He'll be taken out, but the trade does come in. Put players back and forth, 2v2 here early. Everyone getting tagged up in the push it B. Gets shut down. Methods and Tohor just cutting them down.
Somebody tell the Giants they were not the favourites for this match. They seem to be ignoring it. They don't care. They're uninterested in any prediction that we have.
I like to stick with the offense on S&D, but they were just getting mowed down, like just trying to push outside there. Nothing they can do, and a nice flank there coming in for Methods. But so far, so good for Giants. They're feeling strong right now, and I'm going to go with Methods.
Sniper.
1, he's sniping. 2, he's 4-0 and 250 off the dart.
Is he going to hit the wall run here?
That looks to be the plan. He's going up high. He's got thermal. Sees one behind the not able to hit that one. And let's wrap around the side, because it looks like two players might get a little aggressive here on the defensive side of things.
Oh, wow. Gamer just one-bombed him. Another one coming down to Hall's got another one. He's going to go down. Barca now has dropped.
All right, well, 3v2. Giants, I feel, have been an advantage to start off basically every round. Legends trying to stay alive there, hold this advantage. One player peeks in. All of a sudden, it's Barca by himself. 1 versus 2, but he finds one. 1-on-1. 50 seconds on the clock. Can he get away? Tagged up, but still alive. Barca, you got away with your life, buddy.
He has one tiny hope left for him. Going to come down to a 1v1. Does have to consider the bomb as well here as Gamer. Looks like is he going for a massive flank, or is he going to cut back? No, all the way around.
Stick it. It's too late now. I was hoping maybe he would just hop in and try to get on it. Barca's got to realize at this point that he probably wrapped. Yeah. And it looks
Barca's going to look top rock, and then once he realizes he's not here, he's going to know what happened.
Yep, he's going to know. And how is Gamer going to play this one out? He's waiting mid. He's running out of time. Barca has to fly out. He checks the wrong side, unfortunately. Still alive. Is he going to destroy him here? Can't find him. Gamer connects, and the 1v1 goes to Giants. 3-0, baby. Giants looking strong.
Giants looking amazing. And you've got to be wondering here, after this game, the pick and ban, I wonder if we're going to see maybe the guys from fabE try to bring it back a little bit more conventional. Like I said, I expect unpredictable things from the Spanish. They're changing the gamescape.
Both of these ban protects, like it was pretty standard through our first couple of series tonight. That has not really been the case on this end at all. Now, Kiwi needs to be the hero right now. fabE needs a round win. They cannot keep losing these rounds. I mean, they go down 4-0, 5-0. Just going to be basically impossible to come back in this one. Barca, first man up. Methods, remember, he flanked around from this top position last time, picked up 2 kills. This time gets caught sprinting, not able to get it. Gamer going to trade it out, though. 3 versus 3. Trophy destroyed as well. But now the pressure is coming in by B. Torres and crew have control mid-map.
Well, that's I can do it. Yeah. Going to go towards A, I think. A little bit safer option there rather than trying to breach into B, especially when you don't have that information. Very important on Search and Destroy. Often overlooked. You don't know where the enemy team are, and sometimes information is basically what a lot of these players are looking for.
Oh, Kiwi, first shot, doesn't matter. Tohor rips him, Brycey.
Unbelievable. Just gunned him. Just straight gunned him. However, do have bomb down, though, so a little bit of an advantage in that fashion, but they've got to defend here. Fortunately, the bomb is some of the best cover in the game. Now,
he's like, he heard you. He's like, no, I don't need the bomb. Gets a different angle, finds one. Second around the corner, pulls out the RK5.
It's going to
lead to save him. 1 player left. It's Gamer, 15 seconds to pull this off.
Surely not going to do it, and he is going to go straight down. Torres saying, thank you very much. Finally, able to pull it out of the ashes. And there we go, fabE back into this game here.
They needed that one big time.
But a bit of synergy there between Torres and Kanal, because Torres would have died in that second challenge.
Yeah, the RK5 is dominant, but I think he was kind of that medium range.
It's a tough kill. There's actually a height advantage in this game.
Yeah,
because of the way the recoil works. If you have to pull down, that actually makes your gun more accurate. You pull up, it can actually kick harder.
All right, well, let's hop back now. Giants going to be on offense. You need a defensive stand for fabE here, trying to mount the comeback in this after dropping a crazy, crazy game 1. They'll have no pressure outside B this time.
If you're the team of fabE, you're going to be sitting there going, you know what, every time we've tried to M8 these guys, we've lost. We've just straight lost. So they're going to be a little bit worried. I mean, Tohor, you saw it earlier on, he just straight ripped them out of there. So they're probably going to play a little bit more passive, try to actually get a better angle onto things, rather than go straight one-on-one.
Kiwi had to have seen somebody there on the cross. He's got to know they're outside and working towards B. That side's completely given up, so they're going to be working on a retake scenario here unless somebody decides to fly in, try to make a big play. Kiwi putting in some shots, trying to keep him honest. 2 players working the flank as well. Let's take a look at Gamer's point of view, because he's trying to deal with 2 players pushing outside. He's tagged up 1. They've got control of B. And who's wrapping around the far back? That's Gunalite. So Gunalite is going to be able to find one. They pick up the first kill. Bomb has been planted. Torres trying to stay alive. He's going to be taken out. Gunalite trying to wrap around the back. Kiwi's still playing mid-map. 3 versus 3 here. They have under 30 seconds to go. That's a tough gunfight for Kiwi. That's a
really
tough
is.
gunfight.
You kind of want Gunalite and Kiwi to be in different positions.
This is almost an impossible gunfight.
I was about to say, it would be great if they would switch round.
Yeah.
VMP close quarters, M8 long range, pretty much just the worst scenario you could have.
That is the perfect example of just wanting to swap guns there. Hey, pal, just toss it across the map. Because, that...
Kind of curious, though. I actually saw that. They weren't... fabE, I can't remember what player it was. I think it was Kiwi, maybe. Actually wasn't running either high caliber or rapid fire on his M8.
Interesting.
So... maybe a missed advantage. Maybe that's why we're seeing such dominant M8 play coming out from Giants. And it's really caught...
Definitely see headshots making a difference for sure. It's going to be VMP for Gunalite. He's hitting these slides, trying to get forward as quickly as possible. I'm going to have Gamer highlighted because he's probably going to be the first player to try and defend B. But this is basically a similar kind of setup and push like we saw from offense from Giants last round. The question is, can they hold this off a little bit better? The player rotating back to check outside is going to be Legends. The timing works out in his favor, but not. Look at this grenade over the top. The teardrop, not able to connect on Gunalite.
Well, it does look like fabE are trying to breach the point now. A little bit worried. They know it's clear with that peak. He wants to pop in, but they're worried about anybody's statue here, and they're worried about the pinch. Barca will have now called this out. He says, I'm being pushed. They are now challenging. Two of them coming through. Somebody come and get here and take these guys out. But no, down they go already. Torres now under pressure. Torres now having back off. He gets pinched as well. Oh my goodness, fabE are being squeezed here, and they've got players every single angle. They can't shoot every which way. Gunalite coming out trying to break through. Method says thank you very much. Giants, just like a boa constrictor around that site, just tightening the noose over and over again.
The difference you saw there, when it was the similar push from Giants on the other side, fabE tried to retake B from mid, and then also they 2 flank. This time you saw really the kind of try pressure. You had 1 rotate back towards their spawn, 1 try to flank around, and 2 pushing through mid. Like that pinch was so much better executed by Giants than you saw from fabE the previous round. But Giants, can they close it out here? You're getting a huge performance from Methods and also from Tohor. As far as specialists go, you have Heat Wave for Methods,
hit it, Methods.
Camo for Gamer. Yeah, top back. Tries to snap, not able to hit that one.
Well, he's going to have it again here. Going to be looking maybe to make a kill A if he can make it. Try and help out his teammates. He knows there's a player here. Very slowly peeking it, not able to get it, goes down as well. But it is 3-3, was traded away. Legend going for a very ambitious push there, straight in the tank. Has cleaned it up a tiny bit though. Tohor will get this down, but he'll probably be killed as soon as he makes it.
Oh my God, if he checked that a second earlier, Kiwi would have had it, but the pinch is coming. They're both flying in. They're trapped here around Graven Church. Kiwi hunting, trying to find these final players.
Gamer's the only one alive.
Gamer.
And I think that ninja fuse actually going on. I think it's going to be done. There it is.
Got it.
fabE stay alive for 1 more round.
Can they push this to a round 11? fabE. They need their fans. They need the energy. They've got the crowd with them.
We are a corridor and 3 doors away, and we can hear the crowd from here.
Yeah, this is wild stuff. All right, round 8. Who do you want me to go on with?
Honestly, let's jump on board with Kiwi.
Let's do it. All right, so he's going to be rocking. Take a look at his class. He'll have that perk 3 greed, blast suppressor, and dead silence.
And he stopped.
It looks like he
changed to M8.
Switching for a second.
3 specialists up as well. This might give them the opportunity to at least get some rounds back.
1 player pushing real quickly. That's Camo. Gets 1, not able to pick up the second. But he at least gets a little bit of information. He should have seen 2 or 3 players, I think, when he checked that. Wide open, but Torres not going to realize that for the time being.
I would have liked to have seen another player, at least somewhere near him. So if he's going to use that active camo to get a kill, and you know he's going to get that kill, and someone challenges him, you lose, then you have that advantage. You have the trade advantage.
Yeah.
If you have those 2 players there, but he didn't.
Well, look at his Psychos is pushing all the way back to their spawn. Now, let's take a look at this point of view from the other side. They're going to realize bomb's down. Giants going to be trying to retake. They're going to pinch here. It's going to be Barca and Torre. Well, really the whole crew just trying to deal with this. Are they all going to push from the same side?
It looks like they might try and do this. And already, pre-fire coming in. They've seen Barca. Barca's heavily tagged up. He wants out. No, not going to be able to do it. Tohor sees him. Comes through. Legend comes through as well. Now Terra's going to try and do it. Pops there. He went. Tohor kills his own teammate.
They're both in there. Find them. Can't hit the shots. He's going to end up dropping. Everybody falls. Plenty of time here for the defuse.
Can we jump on board with Tohor very quickly? He might. No, he doesn't have enough for streaks, but he really came in. Look at that. 10-4 right now.
He's
ended it.
He's ending it, man. 6-2. Giants taking this one in dominating fashion. Game one was close. The same cannot be said. Tohor just got, I mean, when that heat wave came in, just trying to find everything, that was wild.
Well, fabE were the fan favorites coming into this game, but nobody thought to tell Giants that, and they are quite happy at the moment. Tohor really going off that game as well, 10-4 with 3 plants and a defuse. He does the killing, does the objective work, does everything they need him to. He even killed his own teammate in that retake.
Yeah, he did. A really big performance all around. So now fabE, unfortunately, trailing 0-2. And that'll happen sometimes. When you have a brutal loss like that, I mean, think game one. They had a 20, 30 point advantage, I think, going into track, something like that, and everything just starts to fall apart. You see it slowly unraveling. The blame game starts. Team gets emotional. It's tough, especially with all that pressure. I mean, having the crowd behind you is great, but when you kind of choke away a game like that, I think it can almost hurt you at times just because you're like, oh my God, all these people watching. We just threw that one away. And then the second game, just a blowout there for Giants.
It certainly is. I mean, Giants just really superb performance. And it's interesting, like I said, that the difference in the fact that high caliber and rapid fire going in here. And I do think I didn't see that on some of the M8s coming out of fabE.
Yeah.
And that was the difference. You saw, I mean, Tohor just straight ripped people at times.
Could not agree more, but I want to hear the thoughts from the desk. Machine crew, take it away, boys.
Thanks very much, you guys at the caster desk. It does seem like Giants did not get the memo that this was going to be a close game. A fantastic showing over on Infection, putting them 2-0 in the lead. Still got Jonas, Momo, and Power hanging out with me to try and break that one down a little further. I mean, we went into that one with some belief towards Giants. That has to be said and done. But looking at their faces, fabE look like they've lost already, Phil.
Yeah, I mean, looking at them after that game, especially Gunnerly, he's just sat back, no communication. And, you know, I've been there. You know, you don't want to be communicating at that point. You're just thinking, you know, it's slipping away. If they can hear me out there, it's a best of 7. It's not over. Right. There's so many more maps to go. And, yes, I mean, that game just started at a million miles an hour. It was 3-0 so quickly. And, you know, here the guys from fabE. I mean, they've got a big mountain to climb now. 2-0 down. Best of 7, can they do it? I believe they can, but they've got to start on this next map. They cannot go 3-0 down.
I mean, the margin for error is already quite tight. If you were to concede uplink, you are just, you've given the game on a silver platter. Jonas?
Yeah, honestly, and I think going into the uplink, they're probably my favorite team. However, they need to pick up kind of the motivation, and then I think it's all going to come down to that CTF. If they can make those clutch play happen in CTF like they did during the qualifiers, then they'll be in a good place because they'll be tied up and the momentum will be on their side. Just that second map was purely down to the fact that, you know, Giants had a massive comeback on the first map.
And fabE losing rounds when they have 3 specialists available, that just should never happen. The Ban and Protect does begin once again, though, and I'm going to throw this one over to Geo to go ahead and try and dissect a little bit. Again, goodbye to the Shiva. A lot of familiar faces as well as the Overclock is banned once again.
Also, Overdrive is banned, and then we see the Flashbang and the A60. I think these are pretty standard bans for every single game type we have seen between fabE and Giants. This is the same as R-Point, similar to the R-Point.
One thing I want to say, Active Camo does slip the net there as well, which for me is probably the biggest specialist in uplink itself.
Absolutely.
Overdrive, yes, but Active Camo is so crucial. Kinetic armor. Why take out the Tempest?
I'll tell you why. Tohor Tempest.
Yeah, he's a really good player. Was it now the M8 is going to be him? That's quite an interesting one. I think fabE really relies on that M8 to try and make the play happen, outslay the opponent team, and I think it's really going to be down to Torres and Bossa trying to step it up.
You know what? I'm really worried for fabE because I've never seen Gunnerly like this. I've played with him. He's the type of guy that motivates you even when you're losing. You just go and you just shout, guys, don't worry, let's think at the next map. We didn't lose. We have to play other 5 maps in that case, so don't worry, just go through, just go forward. And this time, look at their faces. All fabE lineups.
Do you know, in my mind, I think, like, if I was narrating what's going through his head right now is, I've been here before.
Deja vu.
I have been in this situation before. I've had that crowd behind me before. I've had the viewers behind me before, and I let them down. Now it's starting to happen again, and I think that's the nightmare that he's scared about.
Yeah, but the last time they put, a tough match for Splice. They were close to qualify. It went all through the Search and Destroy on Redwood. So I don't know what's going on in their head. I'm not here. I can't hear what they say in their headphones, but I'm really worried.
I think they are too.
Let's hope they can digest these 2 first maps and just move on from there it's a new map, it's a new game type, it's going to be uplink on evac, and I think it's definitely favorable for the fabE lineup. So if they can pick this one up, then maybe they can mount a comeback. But Giants looking so strong.
Yeah, I mean, predictions and closing thoughts, Phil.
Jonah's saying fabE, obviously, I've got to say Giants. I've got to say this is where usually they found themselves in the CWL, they found themselves down 2-0 Giants. You know, they'd lost a hard point in Search to Troy, and this is the kind of the climb. I think Giants to take this 12-8.
All right, that's actually a very good point. They often did concede the first two during the wins they picked up in the World League. Gio, quickly your prediction.
I will say 12-8 for fabE.
Okay, not believing in the in Giants this time.
I'll say fabE, but it could go to overtime in my opinion.
All right, fabE are 2-0 down. Let's see what they can do now, as it's once again time to jump straight on back into the action over on evac with your casters Brycey and Maven. Braven? Does that work?
Prayers for Machine and also fabE. Get back in this. Fans, they need you. The entire world, the entire German population, get behind your squad right now because you're at risk of getting blown out. You're down 2-0 after a really close game one. They need energy. They need to know this is a best of 7. That was probably the best point I heard. This isn't a best of 5. Being down 0-2 is not the end of the world. No. You still have a couple S&Ds to work with. Uplink has not been a great game mode for Giants, but CTF has been very solid for them. This is, I guess, you have to win this if you're fabE, right? You have to.
Yeah, pretty much. The only issue I have with this is I don't think fabE are the best uplink team. However, it's not being the best uplink team. It's just being better than Giants. fabE do have a tendency to overslay rather than play the drone as much as they could. And we're going to see whether or not that comes through already. Though Kivy, though, hitting every single shot he needed to, taking down that armor and making sure that drone doesn't go walkabouts.
And he's got a couple lined up, not able to pick up both, but there's only one remaining for Methods. He's going to have to play some defense here as the flood will be coming from fabE. Unfortunately, the first person out doesn't have a gun in hand, as that's the drone carrier, and Barca decided he wanted to take a dip as he fell off, so the 3v1 advantage he had to maybe push there completely falls apart for fabE.
Well, now both of you get this, but the drone control has gone to the Zahor. And he actually chooses to reset it as he wants to try and grab a little bit more control with the kills, but he goes down as well. Torres now trying to grab a bit of control, picks that RK5, now will grab the drone himself. But his teammates are down, and I did wonder, oh my goodness!
Oh God!
What is he shooting out of that RK5?
What was that? The nuke's coming out, but now Drone's still sitting in a pretty simple position. No one at risk right now. This is much different than the uplink I casted earlier today, where 4 points were on the board in the opening 40 seconds. Things taking a little longer to develop. Watching Gun Elite here as he's trying to get into an aggressive position, trying to push through. It's going to be Kiwi carrying the drone. He wants to wrap it vertically, take it up to the top side of the map. But take a look at the minimap. He has not much to work with. He needs some help from his squad, but he faked him out. Now he's starting to bring it back. If that one kill got picked up mid-map a little bit sooner, if Torres found that player, he might have been able to wrap it south there for a 1-point toss.
Well, look at this. Kiwi threw it down, hoping for a reset. But the issue is it didn't go off, so he had to come back and look for it. Right now they are 3 down. Barca's trying to stay alive. He's going to try and have to cut back, or at least try to get a few kills here. Right now they do have drone control. Methods will have it. Can he hit his ones? This is where all that practice comes into play. No,
nice
down he goes.
Nice
Big reset. Kiwi doing the work he needed to do.
All right, but when you take a look at the map right now, it's fabE playing out of their spawn. They can't even get 20 yards out of their base without being attacked here by the side of Giants, and now they're going to have Methods with it in hand. They're going to start to push forward here. Who can pick up a couple of kills? You see the players leading the way. It's going to be Legends out first. He's going to take the shots, but you see Gamer picking up a kill in the back, and the first dunk on the board. Giants strikes first. How is this player still alive?
Oh my God. But now Tahor will be pushing forward once again. Giants still have the advantage. Still going to push forward. Another wave of kills. They'll be going for another point. Tahor gets one. He goes down though. And now, realistically, if you're fabE, you have to be a bit more aggressive. They've done this before, where they just sit back and slay and slay and slay, and nothing ever happens.
And the problem you have here is you're on, at least in my opinion, you're on the strong side right now if you're fabE. You can get that setup at AC, spawn them out, and get a rally going. So you can put up a ton of points in a flurry. Flanking from behind, though, is going to be key. Let's see if you can find. There's 2 players actually in water, one by drone. He has a chance to make a huge impact. There's 2. The third, you saw him underneath. How's he still alive? Getting tagged up, gets the reload in. He's disrupting enough for his team to finally get out of spawn. He's picked up, I was going to say 3 in a row, but the hip fire way off point.
To the point, look at all those kills that actually went down there. And then pretty much nothing happened. fabE, they went for the pinch, they went for all of this, and nothing happened. Now, you know, after a string of kills, they take it straight away. 3 points now. Giants take the lead.
They've got the lead. They've got Legends in a precarious position here as he's in behind several players from the side of fabE. He finds one. He's going to find a second. The shot's not accurate enough to connect, but a couple kills now coming in for fabE around the drone spawn. One more there to deal with. You can't have that drone carrier leading. You need somebody gun up to try and help. Unfortunately, his lead blocker going to drop to Gamer. Now he's going to reverse it across map. He has Torres to lead the way. They're reacting to this, though. Every player in front of Gunelite is dropping. He just has no help. He can't kill people while he's got the drone in hand.
He can't, however. Kiwi's now going to pick this one up, but he has no support. Like I said, they just tend to play this a little bit wrong, in my opinion, at points. When they should be moving forward and being aggressive, they sit back. And when they should be trying to actually sit back, they're just picking up and running away.
This is a dunk. There's the camo. Unless they can connect, they're not able to put a single bullet in as Tohor comes through, gets one, gets two, gets the dunk as well, and now the rally might be on. Somebody's just got to grab the drone. Who's here? Gunelite's the only one in position to really make a play. He might want to use his camo if needed here to pick up a few kills, but getting the one seems to be enough for now. He's slowed it down. There's one player here. Can he get the melee? The shake and bake, not enough.
But again, there was nobody anywhere near him.
Yeah.
Just didn't have anybody near him at all.
Well,
and he knew there was no string of kills on the map. Like I said, it's one of those scenarios where it's just not advantageous to take the drone.
Well, let's talk about this. You know, we've got a little bit of time left. You might get a shot off, but for the most part, this is going to be the score going into the second half. What can you recommend for fabE? What can they do? They're not even on the board,
It's the exact same thing that I recommended last time. They need to figure out how to play the drone better. Did he get that in? No. They just seem to have this issue of the right time to actually act it. They get like 3 kills down, and then for some reason they want another string of kills before they even move.
Well, the best opportunity I can think of is when they had 3 down early. Methods was the only one alive. It was their best chance to get a spawn trap. But remember, the drone carrier ran out first. It was like the easiest kill for Methods. Barca fell off the map. kiwi was a little bit behind, and all of a sudden their pressure turned into a one-point throw for the other side of things, because it wasn't well coordinated whatsoever. And now you've got your backs up against the wall. Second side, game 3, you're already down 0-2 in the series, and you need a win, and you need a win in a bad way. The opening break going in the favor of Giants here, at least to break things off. They've picked up everyone now. 4 down, and here comes the Spanish flood as they are going to grab drone. Tohor will be the man. He's got at least one here, but he might want more up. He's going to go up over the top.
Oh, he gets it as well.
6-0. Nice jumper there going through.
You got to remember, they've had great practice all season long of playing the best teams in Europe at these game modes, and it sounds like they've learned a lot here. They're just playing it so well. Tohor is now raining fire everywhere. He is eventually going to go down, but they're going to convert it for another one-point play as well, and it looks like they're running a train. Gets them one more kill. Now looking for him now. Gamer's going to go down. But look, they're trying to get more control. Methods will now pick this one straight up again. He says no. He says we're just playing the drone. They're just playing this game mode how you should be playing this game mode.
Think how ludicrous it is that Tohor got set up in that power position on top AC in the opening, 30, 40 seconds?
Yeah.
I don't think there was a fabE player that touched that area of the map on the strong side once during 5 minutes of gameplay. They weren't able to do anything. But now you see Methods using that afterburner, taking the long way around, wrap it around the back, goes over the top. What a play there.
Wow.
The routes from Methods, just keeping it going. And like right now, what's funny during this, you mentioned the slang, but look at Gamer right now, 19-9, 5-streak Annihilator, tries to pop, misses the first one, still alive, a little bit tagged up, but he's in a position just to be such a nightmare here. Doesn't connect, but this will probably lead to another one-point toss.
Yep. Tohor gets it as well. 9-0 now. Giants are wrecking fabE.
I'm just curious if fabE right now knows the purpose of this game mode. Like, they haven't even had, I can't remember the last time they had a one-point toss, or the last time they picked up the drone from this side. They're just getting a hammer drone in the back. There's a player back here, though. They don't even realize Methods is sitting in wait. He's got it in hand, not able to get it off, and that's going to be 3 down, Brycey. Can fabE come alive? They have 3 minutes. They have enough time.
They need to pull out some sort of miracle here, some sort of Cinderella story. A Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm just going to keep naming story. They need something. Something needs to happen, because this is not the way it should be going. They need to be more aggressive. Like I said, they're now holding again. They're trying to get control. Nothing is happening.
All the players are running in circles around each other here, playing basically hot potato. I don't know what we just saw, but it was just another awkward push from the side of fabE, and they just seem outclassed in this game mode right now.
They say they do now. Tohor's going to take it again. Got a few blockers going to come forward for him. Legend going through again. Now going to try and hit the wall. And he has active camo as well. But he has been heatwave. He's still alive. He's still alive. Can he get it? No.
He's trying to find a wall.
Oh my goodness. He's still alive.
Give me a wall.
Desperately holding on to the wall for as long as possible. But again, you see, kivE, they now haven't. See, they got 3 down there, and fabE have taken quite a long time to push out.
I don't know what to say. It just seems they're. I don't know if they're not on the same page or just need
Under practice, maybe.
More. I think under practice against top teams is the issue, which you mentioned earlier. I couldn't agree more, and they're getting flanked this entire time. Methods is coming behind. He'll probably have a couple easy ones to pick up here around drone. Him and Toho are going to
get up one.
That's all right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for the assist. Buries it 10-0. About to be a 3-0 lead in the series for Giants. What is happening, Brycey?
Honestly, well, we talked about, one of fabE's strengths maybe being the slaying here, but they're not even winning that.
No.
And every time that they get a little, like even the smallest advantage, they're just nailing it, Giants. They're just absolutely making sure that this is exactly what they want to do. 2-0 now. He's still alive. This is a great position. Giants will probably get more points off of this one. Methods picks up another kill.
Methods, stop. The punishment's enough. It's a 12-0 lead. Oh, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to recommend for this fabE side right now.
Going for it.
It's not over. The series, that is. I mean, this game's in the books. 60 seconds here, 13-0 lead. I don't know what you can do, but how do you bounce back? What's your answer for fabE right now? It's like they need a tactical timeout to talk things over and get on the same page.
Yeah, honestly, they need to just kind of chill and play their game. We know this is a very talented squad. But right now, Giants has come to play, and they've rocked fabE to their very core. This match wasn't even close. You don't ever get that out of the way that it's been a bit lucky for Giants. They have severely outclassed fabE at every single juncture. He's got the active camo. He's going to try and get it.
Oh, my God, he got picked. Insult to injury, as you're not able to get 1 point on the board for fabE. They want the shutout, 13-0. And they're looking to get the sweep in this series. 1 game away. Giants are about to be.
Are they actually going to get another point here?
Yeah, why not? Tack one on. Steph Curry coming around the edge. Buries it. 14-0.
3 players there to stop him, and they didn't.
I will just stare at the body there.
14-0.
Oh, let's glance at the stats quickly. You got +10 for Gamer, +10 for Legends. Toho and Methods doing it the objective. We got 2 dunks, 2 tosses for Methods. A carry and 3 tosses for Toho. Look how perfectly spread that is. You had 2 really focusing on the slang, 2 focusing on the objective. What more can you ask for the side of Giants?
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those games, and we saw it start happening. I did mention it before I don't think fabE are very good at uplink. They just have to be better than Giants. Turns out they are not.
Yeah, that was a pretty resounding answer to that, I think, from Giants. Impressive result from them, and I don't know what you do if you're fabE right now. Look at the face. You can kind of see right now that shot they're arguing a bit. And when that happens, how do you fix that? I mean, you have to have, I guess, kind of a leader on the squad.
You thank your lucky stars there's not another uplink in this series, you move on. That's what you do.
That's true. You need that vocal in-game leader right now to step up and say, guys, focus. We can pull this off. We've seen reverse sweeps happen in best-of-5 series throughout the Stage 1 World League. It's much more difficult in a best-of-7. I can only think of it happening once, I think, last year. But I want to hear what the guys think about this one. That was a brutal Game 3 machine. It's all yours, pal.
Thanks very much, you two. Yeah, we prefaced the kind of the post-match of the previous Search and Destroy by saying, look at the faces of fabE, but I mean, those faces have just drooped even further now that they've conceded 13-0 the score on uplink. Like, even like 13 unlucky for some, but that last 1-pointer just to like rub salt into the wound, a brutal display. And I can't help but feeling like we've seen a sturdy decline in fabE ever since that hardpoint comeback. Jonas.
Yeah, I mean, when you were about to win that first game and then you eventually lose it, and there is so much at stake, and there is all that pressure from the fans that we've talked about, and you want to see Barca succeeding in front of his own crowd, and then from there, I think it's just like they didn't digest losing this map. Maybe they started arguing a bit, and then it really shows into those 2 maps.
Well, here's a better way to show you that decline. We can actually go up and kind of recap what we've witnessed so far. I'll let Phil talk it through, but I mean, this hard point, I feel, sets the scene for the rest.
Yeah, and, sometimes a close loss is much worse than, an abomination. And that first map shows it 250 to 244. 6 points. They lose by more in that hard point than they do in the uplink. It's crazy to see. The Search and Destroy, again, was a bit of a steamroll, I must say. And going into that uplink, I just kind of had no words to say. I sat back, and it was just a one-way street. And I mean, for obvious reasons, you worry for fabE.
Did you say fabE coming into this one? I'm pretty sure you did.
No, I mean, coming into this one, I said Giants would take this 12-8. Okay. I got the 12 kind of right. fabE, I think I just added a little bit of a squiggle at the bottom.
00, yeah, sure. But Gio, you had belief in fabE, so I'm going to go to you and ask, what on earth happened to those guys?
You know what? I was thinking that I'm also a YouTuber as Barca is. Barca is 10 times bigger than me, maybe
Sure.
maybe 20 times bigger. And the bigger fan base you have, the more you get hated when you lose, even by the people who loves you. So I think that maybe in their heads, because now Ganalit, Kiwi and Torres are starting a YouTube career, they're like, oh my god, now what are they thinking about me?
No, not really.
What will they say on the social media? And also, I think that they are also arguing after the
Mental
after
stress,
the
I think, is
Absolutely.
taking its toll.
And quite the opposite for Giants. They look like they're having fun, just having some nibbles in between, getting prepared, having their orange slice.
It's like they're getting ready to watch a film.
Honestly, they absolutely are, and that film could very well be a bit of a thriller, as it's going to be on Breach CTF, and already the Ban and Protect is underway. Shiva gone once again, goodbye Toho, you're never going to be seeing that one. M8 protected, and everything else is reading very predictably, still steering clear of some very surprising attachments.
One thing I want to do as this Ban and Protect just pans out, we saw it, I mean, Capture the Flag and Giants, they're an absolutely phenomenal Capture the Flag team.
But during qualifiers, CTF Breach, fabE did some of the best play we've seen. So
Jonas just stole it away from me.
Jonas, you just...
I've been preparing that for the whole series. You weren't going to steal it from me.
But yeah, Gunnerly had the phenomenal play on CTF Breach. I honestly don't think we'll see that. I don't think we'll ever see that again by any player. But it's going to be a crazy one. But again, you know, if we talk predictions, I've just seen a 4-0.
And by the way, if you are wondering what on earth we're talking about with that Gun Elite flag cap, Gio was talking about YouTube. YouTube, just type it in right now, CWL Gun Elite flag run. I'm sure you'll find it. It's absolutely insane, mind-boggling stuff from him, but you're right, it's probably never going to be seen again. And I can't see past this now, boys. They said it on the desk over, and the casters were saying, you know, in a best of 5, we occasionally see someone go 2-0 down and then come back. But in a best of 7, to go 3-0 down and still pick up the win, like, damn, that's a grind. And to start that grind, it's going to be on Breach CTF.
Yeah, I'm just wondering where fabE is, because right now they're not showing what they're capable of. They were alive for the first map and they kind of choked their lead. And now Giants is just team rolling. I think they got into the heads, and fabE just need to wake up. They need some very good plays to happen to start getting some hype. I think right now I can only look at Kiwi. If Kiwi makes something insane happen, they can get all that motivation again from these plays, then maybe they could come back. Who knows?
I can't be the only one that's surprised we didn't see Kinetic Armor or Active Camo not feature in that Ban and Protect.
I was noticing that just Overdrive and Heatwave are the 2 specialists that they are not able to use because they got banned. And Camo was not banned, Kinetic Armor as well. I think they are the 2 most powerful specialists for objective players on CTF.
And Smoke, of course, being available. We always talk about the powerful combination of Active Camo and Smoke
combo.
We have that combination available to us. And actually, it's time for predictions, guys. We're about to dive into potentially our last map of our 3rd game here for the relegation stages of the CWL. That was a lot of words in a very short space of time, but quick, nice and quickly, Gio.
I will be brave. I will go with fabE once again after what they did on Breach.
You're committed. You're committed to that prediction. How about you, Phil?
Giants 3-2.
Sorry, I love fabE, but I've got to go with Giants.
It looks like the desk's faith is dwindling in the German side, and now all eyes are locked on the Spaniards as they hold a 3-0 lead, and now we prepare ourselves for potentially our last game. And to guide you through it, you know who they are. It's going to be Maven and Bryce. Enjoy.
You guys have zero faith. I still believe in the fabE family. If they can win one, if they can get something going, bring it back. I hear the crowd erupting out there as they're ready to go. The fans, you got to get into it. They need you. I want this series to extend. I want another Game 7. Wow. What little energy I have left for my travel day is dwindling, but I want it, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, if you're a fabE fan, start sending them your energy now. I mean, Giants don't need it anymore. You just saw as that shot panned across. They're bouncing in their seat. They are ready to rumble. But if fabE can take this one, they have a chance to come back. But can they do it? Everything fabE have worked for over the past few months could come down to this. Will Giants put them away 4-0? We're about to find out.
All right, let's do it. Kicking things off. Game 4. Can Giants get this sweep or will fabE come alive? And this is a game mode where I know they talked about Giants being very, very solid, but this is a map where anything can happen. You'll have extended stalemates at times. You'll have crazy clutches, but this is not looking good as all of a sudden Gunalite by himself just trying to stay alive. The only one to deal with anything finally finds one, not able to find a second, and this should be flag out shortly for Legends.
Yeah, Legends got that one away as well, and he does have a decent route to get away with it at the same time. I think his game is going to be covering his back. Kiwi's actually overextending straight away, knowing that he has to get in a good position for this one. Needs to make one kill, has made it. Second player there as well. He tries to grab the flag away, and counterpull not quite able to. Legend is pretty much home free, but he's actually had to back off.
What are you shooting at? You got to hit your bullets.
Decides no.
Oh, yeah, there you go. That's the fabE energy, baby. I don't need kinetic armor. That was the gust of wind deflecting bullets there, and now we've got a stalemate as they've got the
Avatar. He just made a die. You just bent the wind away from. Get away from me, my friend.
All right, well, now it's going to be Tohor, first man in to probably try and make an attack here. He's got a ways to go to get to Camo, but finds easy kill. That's Flag Carrier down. I love him switching up the route. He might be able to find a second. He's to your left. He's behind you, Tohor. And there come the shots, not able to connect.
Oh, my goodness. This one turned into a pantomime there for a second, but it is a stalemate right now. Who are going to be the players that go on the hunt? Right now, I think it's a full defense.
And this is what I talked about. You know, you get some pretty extended standoffs at times, right? These stalemates will last quite some time. And when that happens, you know, anything can happen. I don't care who's the better team in CTF. Somebody just needs to use their specialist the best, be the hero. Looks like Tohor's going to be their man. He's kind of that point of attack, right? He's going to be the first guy going in, whereas you're doing a two-pronged attack from the other side.
He had it. First bullet hit. Not able to do any more, though. However, here they come. Gunalite's coming through.
They got one
teammate with him.
They might find a second. That's Psychosis coming out.
Oh, Gamer shut it down.
Yep, both getting locked down, and now this could be a return. Are they able to pick it up? Barca getting pressure. There's one there to
Massive clutch there from Barca.
Barca, you don't win that gunfight, you're down 1-0, and things are looking dire, but he's able to take the gunfight.
That takes some real confidence as well.
That range with an M8, you don't say.
Woo! Unbelievable. Going and challenging, knowing that if you die, you lose a point. But here we go, another challenge coming through. Methods makes it this time. They keep picking off that flag carrier, just not able to convert it. Methods. Is he going to go? Looking for another player. Has made that one as well.
No, he's
third player coming in.
Don't do it to him. Don't do it to him. Don't do it to him. Oh, Kiwi, he was so weak. You had to win that one. It's been so close so many times for this side. Gunalite, though, winning one on the bottom side, trying to push outside of Palace. He's trying to come in, gonna get dropped. But you got to think, man, the pressure has been much, much more intense from the side of Giants. One of these is going to get a break, right?
Well, it's actually going to get a lot more higher. Specialists are now starting to activate on this game. You can see them start to come into play, and they will be used to break this stalemate. Who uses it first? Who uses it correctly? Method's not going to have this for a little while because he took a lethal. It's going to go down as well.
This could be it.
Tohor, this is the active camo play.
Let him go. Let him go. I would have let him wrap. I would have let him wrap. He might have been able to get the camo and then potentially make a play, but here we are, resetting.
Legend's pretty much going to use that kinetic if he needs to. He knows how important it is.
Who had the camo on the other side? Okay, so it's Gunalite. So Gunalite or Tohor is probably going to be the one to make a play here.
Both sides are turtling. Gunalite's going to be the only player that decides to move.
Well, he's the one that could make a dramatic play, but it's going to be so tough with how they're set up.
3 players he has to get past if Tohor doesn't come back.
Yeah, and you see that position there? He's like, nope. Well, nothing to do with that whatsoever. And it looks like the other camo player going to be spotted across. Gunalite able to take him out for now, so that'll slow down, I think, any kind of assassin-type play from the side of Giants.
Well, Gunalite still winding up for this. Has that active camo, and this is pretty much going to be the decider. He just needs to get in the perfect position. We actually see Tohor the other side, and he's going to go for it. Oh, he checked it as well. Oh, my God, Torres with a country!
Just stick it! Stick it! Kiwi puts it through. The camo comes in the other side. You thought they'd be the two to make the play, but it is fabE coming up clutch.
It is, and they're actually going to get this one as well. They've actually got another one away. Gunalite ripped it in that same scenario.
No, keep running! Run! He's going around the outer wall run. He's going to offensive.
They've left the hole. They've left the hole.
Oh my God!
Legend
You've got to be kidding.
And he has kinetic, and he's trying to get away.
You've got to be kidding. It should be a 2-0 lead, but if he can get the...
He's still alive.
He's tagged up. He's been taken out. Where's the return? Can they pick it up? No. It's been grabbed at mid-map, and somehow Tohor still surviving. The return going to come in. Not enough time to get across, but you just threw a cap away if you're fabE.
They swarmed him. They all went to go help him out. They knew there was a player spare, but they just left it open.
You got to worry about your lanes a lot more. Like, you know, you had several down. They had to hike across the entire map. That can't happen.
That shouldn't have happened. That really should not have happened.
No wonder uplink was rough. I mean, you see the communication clearly not on point.
Well, they still had the lead, though. Silver lining and all that.
If they lose by one now, I mean, that was a cap. You barely see a more guaranteed cap than that. Oh, frustrations continue for fabE, but the good thing is you've got the 1-0 lead here early. Let's hop right into the second side here, Brycey.
Well, let's see. On board with Tahor. And actually, you're going to play a couple of methods. He's called him out. He's actually seen both players. Oh, just perfect.
Gets them both, and that's going to give them a little bit of map control. They can kind of layer across mid. He's going to find another. Don't melee me. I've got the shots coming in with the VMP, and the pressure is real from Giants here in the opening 30 seconds, and here pops the scythe. If methods can pick up one or two, they're going to be looking so strong. fabE's got to decide, do they overextend? Do they wrap back to the base? What is the call? It's going to be kinetic coming in here for kivE, as they're able to shut it down at home. One more to deal with. kivE wants to check one, and the hip fire shooting nukes out of his VMP.
fabE starting to come alive a little bit in this one. And this is the fabE we've seen before. Also, if I remember correctly, this was a very, very famous capture the flag map for fabE in the Season 1 qualifier all those months ago.
Well, that didn't connect with anything.
Well, we can see here right now a little bit of a reset going down as all the pressure from fabE has dissipated through those kills. And you're going to be wondering, Giants probably going to start being a little bit more aggressive. 3.5 minutes to go. They've got to figure out a game plan to rip a flag away.
All right, well, one player leaking underneath. That's Legends here. He should be taken out in a second as there was a player back bottom broken. I'm nervous because look at the map. Look how penned fabE is right now. They're just turtling to a degree. Some players starting to push out across mid map. You have to continue to be aggressive. You can't just be pushed inside of your base because then those 3 or 4 down situations basically turn into an auto cap, right? If you get cleared out at home. And look how tight they're playing right now. It makes me so nervous. Look at the map. They're all within 20 yards.
They should really be sending one player forward at the very least, just to relieve that pressure. Just if a flag gets pulled, maybe to counter pull. You know, just to don't turtle up. It's too early to turtle up. 3 minutes is an almost impossible hold, especially with specialists coming in. It just takes a mistake. It just takes a few gunfights to go against you, and you're going to spawn out.
Like that one. Tahor getting one, and now comes the flood. They're going to grab the player back. He should win this on the cross, and this is the problem of playing so defensive. You get 3 down, and it might be game.
Oh, no!
And he had some more bullets in the clip. That was a cap. That was a cap, I think, if he got that kill, but he couldn't pick it up. And who is Mr. Sneaky Beaver? Hello, friend.
Unbelievable. Gunnerly picks up a 3-piece. Tahor misses his first RK5 burst. Gets a second, but it wasn't enough, and he had no more bullets in the clip. That should have been gone and away. Great break by Giants, but Gunnerly held on.
All right, well, Gun Elite now picking up a kill on the... okay, that's 3. That's 3. The push is going to be coming in from top, mid, and bottom. The flag is out. Where's the spawn going to come in? He saw him. He wants to challenge. The confidence is there for Gun Elite, and you see the spawn coming in Palace. Someone needs to watch the overextension. There's one player here mid-map. Torres has to realize they're going to be coming through Palace, so all the pressure is now going to be on Barca. Barca has 3 players to deal with. You see them all on X-ray. Here they come. Can he slow them down? They're flying in. There's one. Picks it up. Here's a second to his left. They fly in from behind. Gun Elite has it now.
Cerberus as well.
Second on the board, and Gun Elite is fully streaked out. This is a counter cap. This is going to be a counter.
It is. However, look at that. That player actually spawned in front of him. He might not be able to get away with this as quickly as possible. Also, remember, there are streaks in play. This could be very, very difficult for them to actually pull off here. Here comes the first one, trying to get this one before he can get into cover. Is he going to be able to get it? I think he got one. That flag is still alive.
He got the one that mattered, and he's waiting here. This might actually be a counter to a counter. I think it's going to work out that way. He's behind. What was that? Barca, he was laying on the ground, taking a bit of a nap. He get a kill there, and it's probably a score. But
what is going on? I don't understand what is going on in this game. Players just hurling themselves at flags now. Nothing is real. Everything is false. Oh my God.
Somehow they're still alive. fabE has another pull. They're trying to get it out. I think the Cerberus is being called in now. One player pushing behind kivE out of bottom lap. He should be taken out momentarily. That'll be a return. You've got a dark for a lead. Oh, there's one. Give me 2. Give me 2.
Oh, my
goodness. Mr. Pilot. Okay, I take it back. That piloting skills.
He went for a close flyby. He's been watching a bit too much of Top Gun recently. But right now they're stacked. Specialists are popped. Cerberus is alive. This is over. fabE have pulled the one back here.
Bring it back, baby. I want a Game 7. I want this one going the distance. The fans are erupting. We can hear them in the other room going crazy. Torres shooting at everything but the player, but it doesn't matter. 8 seconds left on the clock, and this will not be a sweep for Giants.
What a ridiculous game there. Could have been count the caps. Could have been 3-0. Could have been pretty much anything here, but fabE played it brilliantly. Like I said, we saw this months ago in the Season 1 qualifier. kiwI pulled off the unbelievable plays. They've done it again here.
Well,
and kept their dreams alive.
They got fortunate. It was a little sloppy, right? There were at least 2 caps that Bobby should have had, but didn't get through. That one more Barso ran by the prone guy, and just a couple plays, but it didn't, they won the game. They got the 2-0.
Gunley had to pick up a 3-piece at one point.
Yep, and I wouldn't, you don't care how the victories come in right now. A victory is a victory.
If you're fabE, you don't care if you had to cut off your own leg to make that one win.
Exactly. They're going to be able to take it here. Quick shot there of the scoreboard in a second here, and you'll see Gunalito going 23 and 14, having a massive performance from his side. He had a cap. He had a couple of returns. He went absolutely huge in that one, buddy.
He most certainly did, and if you're fabE, as I said, that's going to be the boost you need. They looked morose. They looked a little bit down, but they have found a map finally. But let's hand it over to our wonderful friends on the analyst desk. Guys, what did you make of that one?
Friends is a very strong word, Bryce. Be careful with that one. But my acquaintance, Bryce, thank you for that much. Thank you for that handoff. I'm going to get told off for that one. But there we see home turf advantage in full force. Every single kill they picked up, the crowd was erupting. I could hear it, and I'm a stone's throw away from that audience. There's closed doors between me and them, and they are still raising the roof here in Cologne. Evidently, fabE just grinding that one out, and they are not going to concede a 4-0. They did not come here to play 4 maps of Call of Duty. There's no way, and we are guaranteed to see a little bit more. Phil.
Yeah, for me, like you said, when just one flag went in, I was holding my water bottle. It was shaking down here. Yeah. And now I worry for Giants. The tables have kind of flipped. The home crowd is behind them. The smiles are on the face of fabE. And it looks a whole new team. When you look at that, it's like, they're back to their best. But it's not over yet. A whole lot more to come.
Yeah.
The most important thing for me is not just only that fabE picked up the first game, it's actually that the captain stepped up. Gunalito went in. He's had an incredible game, and when we were talking earlier about the faces of fabE, we were talking about the fact that Gunalito's face was really sad. Now he stepped it up, so if the captain can get this boost of confidence and can get the motivation and the hype inside the team, then why not a crazy comeback? Giants just dropped their best game type.
Let's calm down with the crazy comeback.
I don't think Maven is happy about the comeback.
Oh, bless him, yeah. He's gonna be wrapped in a duvet with a mug of cocoa into map 7, kind of nodding off mid cast. But he would grind it out. There's no doubt about it. But let's not start talking about a comeback. Let's go and address Mr. Gun, whatever you've described yourself as, the best analyst.
Top analyst.
Top analyst.
Top EU
there you are. Top EU analyst. We have Gio, and we need to talk to you because you actually suggested fabE were going to pick this one up. Was that a choice your heart made or your brain made?
I think my brain, because I knew that Gunalito was really good at CTF in the previous Call of Duty titles, and he already showed during the European qualification, and he proved again that he's a beast on CTF. He also had the Cerberus and full streaks. He made also 2 caps. I think he made both 2 caps, so that's all.
Do I need to remind you guys that what's coming up next, though? It is going to be Search and Destroy Hunted, and do I need to remind you about Infection? 6-2 in favor of the Spanish.
Now it's 2 completely different maps. Once again, everything can happen now. Going into the first S&D, fabE was just like they had.
It was constant.
There was a comeback just before that, so their heads were down. Now it's a completely different situation as fabE just won that map, so they can get that motivation going into the S&D.
I do need to remind you as well that yes, it was 6-2, but actually now I'm thinking about it, there was a lot of close situations determined by 1v1s, 2v1s. There was a lot of situations which could have very well turned the tide of that Search and Destroy.
Yeah, and as you pointed out before, I don't think it's what map they're going into. I don't think it's what mode. It's the mindset of fabE now, and I just think they're going into this off the back of a victory. The last S&D they were going into it off a tough hardpoint loss. you know, this is going to be a lot closer. But, you know, if I'm picking someone, I'm going with fabE right now. Just looking at them as a team, I can just see confidence oozing from them, and I can see Giants almost looking at that crowd, you know, all the crowd's roaring. They feel a little bit intimidated. They are in the lead, though.
Yeah, absolutely they are. And you know what? I think fabE need all the encouragement they've got. So I've actually innovated. This is something that's never been seen before. I've completely come up with this on my own. And I'll tell you about it later because I've just become turned off camera. But instead, we are going to be showing you the ban and protect. It is going to be hunted, search, and destroy. And I can't help but feel this is going to be the exact same story told again and again. The same bans, throwing a bit of a spanner into the works, removing thermal because, of course, of the power of the smoke screen clearing B.
Yeah, and also we see concussion and for sure flashbang again because they want to rely just on their gun skill. Oh, and
who are they banning out with this?
Well, Giants ban thermal and kivE ban sniper, so they're kind of trying to target ban each other with snipers. So maybe just Giants feel like thermal is just too dangerous in fab's ends, and without the thermal, then they don't want snipers at all. That might be the story here, but still no Shiva.
Yeah,
no Semtex either.
I mean, Toho probably came to this tournament like, I can't wait to whip out my Shiva on LAN. Still haven't had a chance to see it from him. And I have a feeling that that's going to be a guaranteed target ban in the same vein as we have seen the VMP with Zed from XL.
I would like to say that before the game starts, that now the Massey Gunlit, the leader, he fueled the hype boost and now he's driving his teammates and all the fans that are here towards the victory. I think that's what he's trying to do.
Yeah. Are they in the hype car now then?
No, the hype boost.
The hype bus?
The car has had a hype boost, so it's now a hype car boost.
The hype bus because they have tons of fans here.
Oh, I like Gio
so
and his
smart.
analogies are next level.
You get there eventually. Like, after 2 minutes, you realise what he's saying.
I totally.
The hype bus. Okay. Well, I mean, absolutely there will be a degree of hype, but the realist in me is not feeling like Giants are going to let this slip away. There's no way. And I mean, you know how we said that the couple of the exchanges they had prior to in the last couple of matches were a little bit demoralizing and kind of destroyed them a little bit, not making it into the top 6. If fabE were to come back from this, that would be absolutely, like, that is ripping their heart out. That is genuinely brain melting. But we're not there yet. They just got one win. fabE have one map. We'll stop speculating, of course, because it is almost time for what could very well, I'll say, keep saying it, could be our last game. We saw the success that the Giants found on the first Search and Destroy, and it's prediction time for our second. Gio, are you continuing the fabE belief?
6-4 for fabE.
Oh, he's going to stick to his guns.
6-4 fabE.
I'm going 6-5, and I don't know which team. It's going to come down to whoever clutches on the 11th round.
Great prediction.
I can't predict. It's going to be too
Top
close.
analysis. This is why we hire you, Jonas.
Yeah, because I do the cast, the analysis. I've not been good at, so I just gave up.
It's going to be 6-5. Someone's going to win.
Someone's going to win eventually.
I think
as fabE.
I think the sun is going to rise, and I think the game will end at 6. There you go. That's my prediction. Also, I want to go ahead and throw it over to your casters, but before we do, an introduction of my new innovation. So let's fab up, and let's get ready for this game. It's going to be Maven, and it's going to be Brycey.
Congratulations for making the phase sign there, Machine. You cringed as soon as you saw it.
I love him, but, oh, God. All right, well, hey, fabE's alive now, right? They're alive.
They most certainly are.
They're going to battle back here. They're scared. You know, you see it on their faces. I'm going to be honest. Giants doesn't look scared at all, but I'm creating my own storylines. They're terrified.
That's the most unscared group of people ever. They seem quite relaxed.
The fabE lion has come alive. They're ready. But no, they don't look scared. They look prepped and ready. And
well, they're still okay, right? Technically, if you're fabE, you have to win 3. They just have to win 1 of the next 3.
I think you're not nervous yet. But if fabE takes this one, I think that like kind of feeling, you know, in your spine starts coming in like, oh God, guys, we might throw this. We might throw a 3-0 lead, which has only been done to my knowledge once. And I think it was Epsilon versus FaZe last year in like season 3 finals. Epsilon 3-0 lead over FaZe.
Reference game on point, Maven.
FaZe pulled off 4 and then pulled off back-to-back best-of-7s over Optic in the finals.
I remember that series.
Which is 2 of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. But let's go here. fabE, Giants. We are on to another S&D. Can fabE get another one here? Can Giants close it out? That is the question. We'll be watching Gunal eat your bomb carrier. He just had a massive CTF game there on Breach. The pressure starting to mount forward here towards these tunnels. What do you expect to see out of these sides?
Honestly, it looks like right now they're actually going to push straight up to mid here. And this is dangerous, but because they've actually stacked B bomb site, it means they could walk through completely uncontested.
Remember, Over made it in, and you've got a PO6 here with that SVG band. Does he opt to connect? The Varric's trying to get a shot in, not going to be connecting. There, look at everyone stacked here. I can't even tell on the minimap who's where.
Well, they've tried to pick mid here, and they could end up squeezed here. This is the issue with mid control, is that if you don't make anything of it, you could end up just losing a load of players, and that's what's going to happen here. kivy, though, has managed to make it onto the bomb site, but now he's massively outnumbered. Trying to get in, managed to get away, though, dips into it. He's now in a 1 versus 3. And down he goes. I said, like, that is the issue with mid-control. If you cannot find any pick or you don't commit to a bomb site, you'll just be squeezed out. Well, there's too many angles to watch.
That's why I switched to kivy there, because I saw him fly through Waterfall, and he was coming up behind everyone, but just the timing of it, it's like right when you saw them push out the backside of B, it just did not end up working in their favor. So what was it, a 3-0 or 4-0 to start the first S&D for Giants? They started really, really hot here. You cannot allow that if you're fabE. Get a good defensive round in here, slow the bleeding in S&D. All right, what do you expect to see on offense here from Giants, buddy?
Honestly, I think they're going to push B fairly aggressively, maybe make a peek and try to get something out of here. I think Methods is going to go straight in. Look at this. He's in the water. He's missed the player on anything, but look.
The just got shut down. Barca and kivy closing the door on that B push, and now Tohor has to be the miracle man. The 1v4 is not going to happen, and our game is tied up at 1-1.
You know what's a great counter to an aggressive attacking push on B?
You tell me.
An aggressive defensive push on B.
It seemed to work out all right.
It did seem to work out just great.
Well, he missed that ledge boost to get him up on the edge, and once he kind of fell into water, he was dead to rights. Like, you got to hit that as you're trying to soar over, and he will be taken out. So now
I think it caused his teammates to go down because he wasn't able to distract that player sitting there with an M8 pre-aimed.
Yep.
But we're now going to jump back on board to the attacking side. It's fabE. And this team still fighting for survival here. They want into Season 2. And they've got to fight every step of the way now.
Well, there's one.
Barca needs to make it.
Hager shots! Barca not able to get it. Had a player so tagged up, but he has to back out. Now kivy and Water will get caught.
Left alone.
3v4, and that's a kill you got to get if you're Barca. You got the first burst there. You whiff on the next 4, not able to pick up the kill, and now you are down a mound, but they've wrapped from behind. You see there's one player here waiting for this. They expect they might try to flank in through B.
I still don't think fabE are taking high caliber. I'm convinced they're not.
Well, yeah, look.
They're just not taking it. It's got through several times and decided not to take it, especially when you're trying to hit that shot, right? Pretty much all you can see is head.
Yeah, very, very true. Definitely a difference maker, but now the collapse comes. He's got the bomb. He may work on the plant, but everyone's going to be flying in. I'm going to check Methods because he's going to come in from below. I think he might be able to pop up brilliantly if no one's going to be watching this. He's going to check. He might be able to catch one. There's one. Might find 2. There's a second. Closes it out. fabE had 3 up. All 3 drop in a span of 5 seconds. Closed out. Methods. The Dolphin coming through water there. Able to make quick work of that.
Quite reminiscent, actually, of the last Search and Destroy Giants with their pinches. It's like poetry in motion. It's like Muhammad Ali in esports form.
I love your references. I say dolphin. I'm like, let's pick something that lives in water. You're like, I'm much more clever. You're on your feet right now. You fired up? Or are you stretching?
I'm always fired up. I'm always fired up.
Oh, I just extended my leg, and I think I heard my knee break. All right, let's go to Tohor here. He's 3-2. He's leading all Slayers currently in this S&D.
Right, well, let's jump on board with him and see what they're going to do here. Now, the aggressive push last time around did not work out very well. Tohor, though, is going to try to take these shots. Currently not seeing anybody here. He'll be a little bit worried here. Someone will dip and check water. Tohor's going to push forward. He's looking for that. Did you see a foot there?
There's a leg. There is a leg there. There was a man. Is he going to check it, though? He's going to get caught right as he got up to move. And now the plant going to be going down. Bomb planted. 4v2. Torres and Gunna lead have to pull off the ridiculous here. If they're going to tie this one up, we'll have eyes on with Torres. He has his player also flanking from the back. It looks like, okay, Legends is low.
This is a nightmare to actually get in and take, especially against 4 players. Gunna, though, picks off one. Methods is going to try and flank it. Legend gets one back, though. Now Torres in a 1 versus 3, and Legend takes down both. We are going to see that in the final kill cam. Giants go up 3-1.
Legends going up clutch, just waiting in the corner for them to push through. Hello? Yes, I'm still here. Grabs both. Giants, you're worried they might run away with this one. They just look to be the superior S&D team right now.
They really do. They just seem so much more practiced. Like, they know exactly what they want to do. Their strategies are tight, and they execute it every single time. So let's jump on board, though, with the attacking team once more. It's fabE.
They only have... How many? They have 2 M8s, and do they have high caliber on... Nope. Nope. Yeah, they're not running high caliber on anything.
It really surprised me. Like, for me, I would just take it. Like, it's especially when you've got that kind of that chest high cover. It makes a difference. It really does make a difference, and I think that's some of the points. It makes a
difference in every gunfight.
Yeah,
regardless of cover. Yeah, certainly it's going to help there more, but it is such a big factor. I figured HC going to be coming in here. Flak jacket, is it available? That's the question. Nope, it is not on Gun Elite. There is the entry kill. They've got control for now, and yeah, now the pinch comes in. Kiwi's got to deal with one. He's going to fall. 2 versus 4. 25 seconds on the clock. Torres going to engage. He's going to drop. Barca by himself, 1v4. There's a man on the bomb. Let's check it. Halfway there, getting close to the fuse coming in.
Trying to fight his way in. Doesn't matter, has been down, and Giants go 4-1 up. They just look with a better squad.
Yeah, specifically in S&D. I mean, game 1 was incredibly close. Yeah. The CTF obviously looked good. I know the uplink was a blowout, but just the S&D obviously much different than your respawns. And it just looks like, I don't know if it's more practiced, more talented, whatever you want to call it, but you got to think the fact that there was 3 months of Giants playing against the top level of competition in Europe, it's certainly going to be an advantage in these moments.
It is, but we go back into the attack with Giants, who are 2 rounds away from making it into Season 2 of the Call of Duty World League. Can they make this happen? They were all so gutted when they knew they had to fight again and didn't get automatic promotion, but doesn't seem to be an issue for them so far.
Well, the lone man here, oh God, I think Kiwi has EMP'd himself. He wanted to check the bomb site. He's going to check again. He might get caught with it.
Okay. Again.
All right, buddy. Your nades have to go forward here.
Oh.
And the HC comes forward. He's able to destroy that and pick up a kill. So after the klutzy tosses...
Third time's the charm.
That one worked, I guess, right? Is that where that came from?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, now we're going to see them try to push in here. Barca, you see the player has finally taken down Legend, who has been so dangerous in the water so far. Kiwi picking him over now. Gamer has managed to get one, but down he goes. And fabE will answer back finally. It will be 4-2.
Kiwi should be sticking this. He's on a 2 streak. Getting real close to that HC, and they're still alive. Oh, God, this is nerve-wracking for fabE fans everywhere. Is you're basically your stage 2 hopes on the line here. You got to rip off a couple
coming
of
in
rounds.
from the fabE fans in the attendance. Pretty much, if you're a fabE fan, you need to give them your energy now.
Could not agree more. And I wonder if they were able to take out that trophy for the extra points there. But what was it? Kiwi was 25 off?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to watch Kiwi here. And actually, let's check through who's got... So almost kinetic. You have a psychosis for Barca, and then the other side you have a heat wave and very nearly a vision pulse. But this offensive round going to be everything now for fabE. You don't want to go down 5-2. It'll be 1 round away from Giants. Trying to EMP check. Doesn't see anything yet. Going to check it with a couple of grenades here. Not going to connect with anything. Pretty patient play. And let's check the dart in the back. That's Tohor coming in. He's 7-3. He wants to connect with the dart.
Player is running.
That means he probably doesn't have flak jacket. Keep on running. He saw him back in spawn. He's going to chase him down.
Get back here.
Go. Run away.
Don't you run from me, boy.
Keep running.
Don't you run from me.
Get inside of that truck. It might be missile-proof. And he survived. He had it. And who got in the back here?
Who got in the back here? He's just walking through the gun lead.
Hello.
fabE staying alive here still. He's going to go down, though, this time. Now 3 versus 3. Torres will have the bomb. He's going to have to consider taking this bomb site, but there are 2 players against them. Vision pulsed as well. They are now in a dire situation. They're going to be able to see this rotate because of that vision pulse.
Yep, and they, let's see.
They're going to have to move fast. They don't have any time to delay now.
They have to plan. It's basically going to be 1v3. If they rotate over, all right, let's see where Method sets up here, actually. He's going to be ready to go.
This is a massive gunfight.
Oh, Method checking water. Oh, he's going to pop up, I think, as soon as they flood in. Let's check the bomb carrier. Look at the time. How close is he to planting it here? He's going to get it off. You saw the psychosis come out.
Awesome.
Connects with 1.
Massive.
2 versus 2 here. Big kill. And they didn't all rotate over, so it was a 1v2 there, basically, on the site. And you've got, Torres down in water. I was for justice. Or sorry,
Massive credit to the Bastards, though. That was a really clutch kill to make. Torres currently 0-5, looking for these kills. Gamer has made one. Torres now in a 1 versus 2. He hasn't made a kill so far. Has a heat wave.
Has a heat wave.
This is your chance.
This is, you can go big. It's not going to connect with both. He's going to get one. Does he?
Oh, no, Torres, he gets it. He gets it. He lost it. What is that? The coming in from the fail shot with the RK5. He sprayed all of the decor in the room to just coming out like Mike Tyson. I don't need this weapon. Bullets are for fools.
Oh my God, they're still alive. What in the hell was that?
I don't understand. Just spray the RK5 wherever you feel like it. I'll just beat you down.
You still have a lightning though for Tohor here, and he's.
No wonder you were 0-5. You're relying on melees.
I didn't realize that was his first 2 kills. What is that? Well, clearly his shot's off, so just hit them. Just hit them. Put the gun away. Stack up on perks and grenades. You don't need guns.
What a ridiculous turn of events. The 1v2 for Torres has made this 4-3. Giants still hold the advantage now. On board with Gun Elite, looking for this wall run in. He should see one. He does see Gamer. Goes and hits the active camo. I like this play. He should be able to make a kill off this here as well. He has. Legend, though, will eventually get it back. The man has pretty much been in the water every single time for the guys on Giants. Oh, he's going to go down, though, and Barca's got one. Kivy now going for this one at the same time. Methods is alive. He's trying to get this one. Has managed to get it as well. Still in a 1 versus 2. There'll be 1v3 if he can make it. Go through the waterfall down. He goes. And now this is 4-4.
Oh, my Lord. And look how close Torres is getting towards that dart.
Holy mother of COD, Maven.
I thought Giants was just going to blow the doors open. What was that last round? It's one of the most ludicrous things I've ever seen.
No. It's all gone.
How did he even get the one melee on the second guy?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense, Maven.
What was he weak from? The bird hit him in the face up inside of Ed?
It's probably those bullets, you know, that he just wasted.
Yeah, no, they
he was actually aiming at the player outside. That's why it all makes sense now.
Deflecting off of the bomb site.
Yeah.
All right, well, now you've got kinetic for Kivy. Do you expect him maybe to use this here? The fact that he's trying to hit fast makes me think he wants to hit maybe this wall run.
I mean, wall run with kinetic would work.
But yeah, there's 1,400 players, though, waiting on B. The kinetic gets popped. There's one. Can he find more? The team kill, though, actually, he got him weak. And the team kill coming in, falling apart right now is Giants.
These
but
players
it will be
are not using their guns the way they are supposed to.
Oh, God, this is unbelievable stuff. And Torres gets the plant. That's going to give him the dart. Now, does he maybe call on his HC here? Yep,
he does. He wants the kill because he wants to get that health.
He's
still alive. Ooh. Is he going to try the dart? Surely not. You're not that good of a pilot.
That would be confident.
That would be unbelievably confident. And I don't rule anything out of this game now. And down he goes. Methods has managed to take one. Torres and Barca will be defending 2 versus 3. Legend gets another one. It's now just Barca in a 1 versus 3, but he has time on his side. Legend will be going for the defuse. Barca has to go in, and Barca has to go in now. Down he goes.
Oh,
Methods will get that kill.
No, if he got the kill, it still might not have worked out. There was still 4 or 5 seconds there that the other player may have been able to clutch it, but now Giants 1 round away. Methods.
This is
gets set up perfectly here.
Map and game and season 2 point.
Now, okay, so this is what's tricky. Do you play off of Torres's dart? Do you play slow and maybe let him use that, try to delay some time?
I'm fairly certain there are also specialists coming into play. I mean, Torres, if he makes a kill with it, will get his heat wave. There's another heat wave on the other side. Methods also has a HCXD. This could genuinely go either way here.
The problem is if they hit B really, really quickly, and they are going to hit B quickly, this is worst case scenario, I think, for fabE right now. They're going to get a plant down so fast, the dart's going to come in. Here, real quick, I want to check who has flak. Flak, not flak, flak. Methods doesn't, so 2 of the players do not have flak currently. Oh, he connects with 1. That's a key kill. He's going to come through. I think that was Tohor's lightning. Oh my God, the fancy flying. Can he find any more? Pushing around the backside, though, is going to be Tohor getting pushed. The hip fire coming in, not going to be enough. Let's go back to the dart. That came off. Can they do it? 4 versus 2. Can they push to round 11? They are. They have no time. Gamer down in water. Somebody's sticking it, though. Barca's on it. Going to catch him. They get the 1 kill they need. They still have it. Round 11. Ah!
Here we go. Here we go. Specialists in play. A lot of things, but there's a HCXD this time around. The Lightning Strike also came in that round as well.
I think I saw 3 specialists for Giants and 1 for fabE here for this final round.
I saw God. This game is unreal. It's taken the very edge of reality and sanity, if anything else. 5-5. Will fabE prevent Giants going to Season 2 and prolong this series? Or will Giants finally put this one to bed?
Well, here we go,
Let's
baby.
have a quick, Torres, what does he have?
Oh, okay. No, they didn't. I'm sorry.
Heat wave.
They did not have the specialist. So all we have is a heat wave for Torres, who started to come alive here over these final.
HXD out as well.
Look at this push across mid. Look at this push. They just want to get aggressive here. They haven't really played aggressive over top mid this entire time. The HC, does it get some scouting information? Do they realize he can't win another? They do peek it out. There's the first goal for fabE. They're coming alive. Can they take the round? 4v3 advantage. They're on offense, and look at everybody bunched up middle here. They decide they want to rotate out to A. How do you feel about this? Well, they're going to realize with that HC that no one's on B. They're going to find out here quickly. And this player will be the one that can probably rotate quickly and check this over bridge. He can hop up on rock and see what's going on. Did they take it the whole way around the back? They do. Oh, God, the timing here. Oh,
We're
God,
about
the
to
timing
see
here.
Jaws 74
I don't
here,
think he saw
Revenge of
any.
the Spanish.
I don't think he saw any. They went There we go. 4 versus 2. 40 seconds on the clock. The HC still out on the map. It is able to connect, but now the bomb plant coming in. 2 players left. 1 on steps. That's Legend. Does he opt to fly in? He's peeking forward. He saw one cross.
Oh,
he's tagged up. He's able to get away.
Not able to do this
Where's
quite
Methods
yet.
going? Methods wants to come in through water. Do they get the bait and switch effectively? He's able to hop in. He's able to get the burst. 2 versus 2. 30 seconds. He's trying to find one. They're getting tagged up.
They've got another one. It's now Barca. Barca 1 versus 2. He's also made the 2 kills this round that have actually gone down for fabE, and now he has to clutch. He's going to go down as well.
Doesn't get it. That is all she wrote. Giants clutching.
They are experts.
First blood.
Experts in retaking bomb sites. It was a 2 versus 4. Giants have made this 4-1, and they will be in Season 2. fabE go crashing out of this tournament.
Congratulations to the Spanish side. You are going to make it back into Stage 2. Incredible stuff from them. What a wild series. You know, it looked like fabE was dead early. 3-0, early lead for Giants in this series. Then they started to come alive. They were feeding off the energy of the crowd. But you needed to rely on what? An ace from Barca in round 11 potentially.
But I mean, he had 2 kills. Barca had 2.
Yeah.
They had the advantage. What a retake from Giants.
Well, how many times did we see that? 3 times just in that game that they were able to pull the retake?
Yeah, but they did it this time with a massive numerical deficit.
Unbelievable stuff. And the performance you saw coming in.
I think it was 2 versus 3 by the time we got around there. But
Methods, I think went 12 and 4, I believe it was.